Matt, normally I ask people why they've joined a club, but actually I suppose in this case, how much was your brother Joseph an influence on you joining Forest Green?
Yeah, he was definitely an influence on joining. Came and trained with Forest Green at the end of the last season and really enjoyed my time. The manager is absolutely fantastic, so there's a big selling point for me. And then obviously having my brother here as well. It's nice. It's going to be able to play with him for the first time, so I'm looking forward to it.
Is it the first time ever? I mean, presumably because you're a couple of years older than him, you wouldn't have played much youth together except probably in the back garden.
Yeah, just the back garden. Yeah, we've been at similar clubs actually. He was at Southampton with me, but in a younger age. He came to Reading after I was there. I think they were Doncaster as well. Yeah, so we've played for a similar club, but just never at the same time. So now's the time.
So this is the first time you followed in his footsteps.
Exactly. He's led the way on this one. He had a fantastic year last year. Obviously, captain. They finished the season captain the side. So that'd be great. It'd be great to link up with him and play next year.
And presumably, because of him being here, you were following Forest Green a little bit anyway, watching out for their results and probably paying a bit of attention anyway.
Yeah, for sure. They're my follow team on my Sky Sports app, so I've kept in the loop all season, and I came and watched them for a few games earlier on in the season before I went out to India, and then obviously trained with them and followed them when I came back. And I'm fortunate not to get promoted this year, but next year hopefully we'll go one step further.
Yeah, I suppose that's got to be the aim, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean the club's put pressure on itself now to perform and go up. I don't think the playoffs were overly expected outside the club last year, but the lads done fantastic. Just fell short after a long tough season. Fingers crossed next year will be the year.
And as someone who's played a lot of football in the Championship, you must see the ambition that's here as well and sort of see that as an important factor.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge factor. The project that's going on at the football club, I obviously can't speak highly enough of the manager. His philosophy, the way he plays, having trained with the team for 3 weeks, I got a real insight to kind of what I'm stepping into. So hopefully, the situation works well for both parties.
And you were playing last out in India with Pune City. How's the adjustment process going to be coming back into the Football League?
I don't think it's going to be too much. I've played 14, 15 years at first team level in England, so it's nothing that I won't be used to. It's a great experience to go to India, experience different culture, obviously a different environment with the heat and everything, but I feel more than comfortable being here.
Where is the Indian game at the moment in terms of the level, the standards, and also I suppose the interest, because we think of cricket being the number one sport out there.
Yeah, for sure, cricket absolutely dominates for the fans. But if you look at, the ISL's been going 5 years now, and the Indian national team have just crept into the top 100, so it's definitely having an influence on younger players. It was part of the project when I was sold on going out there to try and help develop the game. There's Indian players that are probably good enough to play in the Championship, a few. Certainly a lot that would be able to hold their own in League One. So the standard's good, and when you mix 5 foreign players into that, obviously again it lifts the standard. So no, I enjoyed it. It was a good experience, something that I always wanted to do, play abroad. So I've ticked that off the bucket list, as it were. And
having gone to another country, what does that do for your life experience as a person to sort of make you more equipped to cope with situations?
Well, that was all in my thinking. It was something I've always wanted to do. I learned a lot about myself while I was over there. I learned a lot about the game and what I can offer in terms of educating younger players. I really enjoyed that side of it, and now I've got the opportunity to come back and, like I say, try and get a promotion, play with my younger brother, and work with a manager I feel like is definitely going places. So for me, it's perfect situation to come back to.
And you bring a lot of experience here as well. A couple of experienced defenders like Lee Collins and Gavin Gunning have left the club in recent weeks. How much is that experience that you can bring going to be helpful for Forest Green, do you hope?
Yeah, I hope it's going to be valuable. From my time training here with the guys, we had chats as defenders and as players on loads of different topics, and hopefully that's something that I can bring to the group next year. I've had promotions before, so hopefully I can bring that to Forest Green. But ultimately, I've come to try play as many games as I can and help the team.